Feels so good to be back. Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to the channel, Ep.2 Sports signing in, and welcome back to another episode of Chicago Bears Weekly. This is season 4, episode 2. Now, there's a lot of things that the Bears will kind of be watching for, and us fans will be watching for going into the 2020 season. So this episode is going to be the top 5 storylines of the Chicago Bears heading into the 2020 season. Now, before I start this episode, I just want to make sure that you guys are staying absolutely safe out there. I know it's still a lot going on in this world. I just want to make sure you guys are staying safe. And about 60% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you are one of those people, make sure you click that subscribe button and also click the notification bell so you guys will not miss a video. But without further ado, let's dive into it. The number 5 storyline heading into the season is the extension of Allen Robinson. Now, I know it's been all off season for the Bears to get something done, and nothing has got done, but I think the extension of Allen Robinson is really going to be something to look into within the 2020 season, because you could get the deal done now and kind of get him at different numbers. But let's put a hypothetical thing in there as it says he has another great, spectacular season for the Bears. His price is going to go up. So if you get the deal done now, it's going to be something that is going to cost you less in the long run versus if you wait to get the deal done and he plays another great year, you're going to have to pay a huge number. And it's also crazy that the Bears have not talked to Allen Robinson throughout the offseason, despite him being the go-to guy, the number 1 wide receiver on your roster. And in today's NFL, in the pass-happy NFL, you need a type of wide receiver of Allen Robinson's ability to really succeed as an offense in the NFL. So him being on the last year of his deal and an extension still not done, it's going to be a key thing to watch throughout the season for the Chicago Bears. The number 4 storyline is Matt Nagy really on the hot seat? Well, coming into 2018, it was expectations of his offense. The Bears went 12-4, got eliminated by the double doink. Still don't want to relive that. Going into 2019, it was a lot of high expectations of the team as far as how far this team can really go. And it went a very, very disappointing 8-8 last season. So is Nagy really on the hot seat? He possibly could be, because of the determining factors of the roster, all of the pieces that we had together, and the offense really struggling last season. Is really a lot that's going to be on Matt Nagy's shoulders heading into 2020 for the Bears. Can this offense get right? Can Trubisky improve? Or is Nick Foles going to be the starter? Can Nick Foles improve? Is Matt Nagy going to take this team back to the 2018 12-4 type of a season? And I think if he goes below 8-8 or even below 7-9, I really think that Matt Nagy's job is going to be gone. Because the Bears, let's face it, they have the roster to really compete in the playoffs and for possibly a spot for the NFC in the Super Bowl. So it's going to be a lot that's going to be placed on Matt Nagy's shoulders. And if this team really underperforms and underwhelms, I can easily see the Bears changing course at the head coaching position. So that's another thing to watch for the Bears in 2020. The number 3 storyline heading into the 2020 Bears season is the new additions to their defense. You lose Leonard Floyd, rather you let Leonard Floyd walk out the door. You bring in Robert Quinn at a high price to replace him. You let go of Prince Amukamara, then you bring in Jalen Johnson out of Utah in the draft, and you also bring in Artie Burns at the cornerback spot. You lose HaHa Clinton-Dix in free agency. You bring in a veteran guy like a Tashawn Gibson to step in that strong safety role that can move Eddie Jackson back to his natural position at the free safety. It's a lot of not really big changes, but they are significant pieces that were changed as far as the Bears defense throughout the offseason. Not to mention also health alone. And then on top of that, you lose a quality backup in Nick Swiatowski in free agency to the Raiders. This Bears defense is going a different direction, not really as far as the scheme. Is a little bit more different talent that has been added throughout the defense. So the storyline is, can this Bears defense really gel together and get back to that elite form in 2018? 2019 wasn't bad either, but it lost its luster due to a bunch of injuries. So can the new additions as well as the health keep the Bears defense in that top 5 realm that they've been the last 2 seasons with, of course, one of the best defensive players in the league in Khalil Mack? So that's another thing to watch for in 2020 for the Chicago Bears. The number 2 storyline to really watch for the Bears this year is the addition of Bill Lazor as the offensive coordinator. Now, if you guys have watched my channel in the past, you know that I was really hoping for Mark Helfrich to walk out the door, and that is exactly what happened. The Bears let him go. And they replaced him with Bill Lazor, who has some NFL experience with Andy Dalton. Now, I think Trubisky and Dalton maybe a little bit of the same talent-wise. I think Trubisky has more talent than Andy Dalton has. But I think the design of this offense can kind of get out of that little college-y type of scheme that was ran last year. And I think the input of Bill Lazor, him being more experienced in the NFL system, him being more experienced dealing with the NFL's type of offense, can really be beneficial to a guy like Mitchell Trubisky or Nick Foles, whoever wins the quarterback job. But I just think Bill Lazor's impact on this offense can really be key as to if they succeed or fail in 2020. His presence, I think, can bring the Bears offense a little bit better along because of his experience and the NFL type of style that he has. He could be able to put his input on the offense besides the fact that Matt Nagy is the one calling the plays. The offensive coordinator has a huge impact as far as game planning, schemes, and things going into an offense for that particular week. And I think that Bill Lazor, with his experience, can really be beneficial as far as the play calling and the play design that the Bears will really have going forward. So that's another thing to pay attention to. And that really leads into my number 1 storyline for the Bears going into 2020. Of course, I mean, it was obvious as clear as day. The number 1 storyline is the quarterback battle between Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles. Now, I previously said on this channel that I think Trubisky will end up winning the job. But it all remains on how things go. Of course, we have to see what's everything going on in the world, of course. But as far as the training camp and the preseason, how many reps each quarterback gets and how each quarterback looks going into 2020. Now, like I said, I previously think that Trubisky will win the job, but I think that the benefactor of Nick Foles can really help this Bears team going forward. It's oddly enough to see who wins the job because they both bring a different type of a skill set to the offense. Nick Foles is a little bit more experienced. He does not have the athletic ability of a Mitchell Trubisky. He does not have the exact arm talent of a Mitchell Trubisky, but he has better mechanics, and he's a little bit more accurate with his throws than a Mitchell Trubisky. But Mitchell Trubisky's athleticism and his ability to roll out and move outside of the pocket can be beneficial because the Bears' offensive line is still kind of unproven to me. And that's the real reason why I think that Trubisky's going to win a job, because of that added mobility behind a not-so-great offensive line. And he's been improving his mechanics throughout the course of this offseason. So it's really going to be a huge tell to who wins this quarterback position on how this Chicago Bears team truly plays in 2020 with that elite defense. And you have to really see who wins the quarterback position and how that goes. That will really tell if this Bears team is going to go back to that 2018 form and win the NFC North. But that is all I have for you guys today. If I missed anything, or if you agree or disagree with any of the storylines that I think are the top heading into the Chicago Bears season, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would really like to see what you guys think heading into 2020. And also, subscribe to that channel and click that notification bell. That only helps the channel to grow going forward. But you guys can also keep up with me on Instagram and Twitter. Both handles are Ep.2 Sports, and both will be linked in the description below. You guys stay absolutely safe out there. Have a great and excellent day, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.
I wanna say thank you to my mom and my daddy for making love the night that you had me. Wanna thank my friends, my sister, and my brother.